taking a few breaths together, arriving here to receive the candle, to receive our messages. So just closing the eyes if that's comfortable, or looking down. Let's just take 3 breaths. Noticing what it feels like. Maybe with each breath coming a little bit more into the body and into this moment, into this now moment. So here we are together. We are exploring open-hearted, the open-hearted card, connection, open-hearted connection to the world. This is my friend Heather, my very good friend Heather. This is in Wyoming on a trip that we were on. Pretty sure this is a photo from a trip we were on together in the Yellowstone area. Magical, magical place. And a magical, magical human. So I want to start with 2 pieces that haven't come into the videos yet. One is, you know, I was like, oh, it's cloudy out, I don't feel like recording today, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I had some time and I was like, well, why don't I just, sometimes I just shuffle my playlist on Spotify, and whatever song comes up, I dance to. So I did that, and I just did 1 song of release where I just kind of like stretched from top of the head to the bottoms of my feet. And just as I was stretching each part of my body, I was, you know, calling in that energy of release in the shoulders and the chest and the ribs and everything, hips, legs, feet, hands, right? As I stretched everything and kind of woke everything up, bringing in that energy of release. And then the next song came on, which I think was Bruce Springsteen's Rosalita, maybe? Yeah, Rosalita. Then it was like very activating and lively, and because I knew that I was going to start with this open-hearted card, I started to really focus on my heart. So I did a lot of, you know, if you're a hooper, that would mean, of course, like shoulder hooping, some chest hooping, even waist hooping with the arms up, and like focusing on this pumping of, right? Or if you're dancing to this or moving in any way, bringing in some of that specific movement and opening in the area that the card affects, right? So open-hearted is obvious, the heart. So in order to open-heartedly connect to the world, we need to have our heart open, which isn't always easy, but physical movement can certainly help. So aside from, you know, the magic of movement to wake us up and make us more able to do the next thing in our lives, right? So that was the one thing that came in already. And then moving the specific part of the body that is connected to the card. Let me see what else is coming in about open-hearted connection to the world. You know, our heart closes off with pain and disappointment and resentment and, you know, things that it's a human experience. We all experience it. All of us have had our hearts closed off. You know, sometimes it's things that people do consciously. Often it's things that people do unconsciously. If you're very sensitive, maybe that even happens a little more, right? And this card, when we move with this card, when we work with this card in any way, what it's doing, it's helping to bring down some of those barriers, melt some of that ice, maybe cut some of the barbed wire, whatever it is, whatever the protection is that we've created in our heart center. And I would say that we all have it. Maybe yours is brick, maybe it's a brick wall. You know, this card comes in brick by brick to help for however much we're ready for today, to help some of that protection to release so that we can go into the world with our open hearts And from that place of open-hearted connection, we can have our synchronicities, bring light to the world. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do in your life will come, I believe, with more ease and more connection if this center is a little bit more open. So, open-hearted connection to the world.